If I can just jump in and go right back to the beginning, you clearly very passionate, an exceptional cross-country pilot, you've multiple German records, you've big FIA triangles, very passionate about design and development. Ideally, you've got the whole package, and that's fairly unusual for a pilot. How did it start? Where did it start for you?
When I was a child, I was always dreaming that I could fly without any equipment. Just with my mental brain, I could just take off from the ground. And it was really funny because I grew up in Kelsterbach, which is very close to the airport. And I always was dreaming that I could jump off from the garage and go flying. And last year I had the chance, when the airport was almost closed, to get inside with my electric engine, with the e-walk, and to fly above my house. It was a very small gap I was allowed to fly in, and directly catch the thermal above the garage where I was growing up. So
that dream was realized.
Yeah, that came to real.
What age were you, when you started?
I was starting with about 18, when I was 18. I was whitewater canoeing, and I was in the Bundeswehr, in the sports company, where while you was doing the sports, you could still train without going to military. Yeah. And there I know a friend who was doing the competition, Dolomitenmann, where one is canoeing, one is paragliding, one is running, and I was the canoeing guy.
Okay.
And I met my teacher for paragliding, and I taught him a bit canoeing, and he fully taught me paragliding.
Okay. And did you know, when you first started flying, did you know this is what I'm going to be doing?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it changed my life. As soon as I started, I stopped professional canoeing and was focusing on paragliding.
Yeah. Dolomitenmann, that wasn't in my questions, but I'm very aware of the event. And in fact, we had a South African version called the Red Bull Cape Town Man.
Okay,
and the winning team was invited to go and take part in the Dolomitenmann.
Okay, yeah.
So did you carry on with that? Was there any more? No,
just one competition, that was enough.
Okay, yeah. And tell me now, how would you classify yourself in terms of people go to somebody and they say, I'm a cross-country pilot, I'm a competition pilot, I'm an acro pilot?
I don't judge what I am too much. I love cross-country because I'm more free and open. I don't like so much the central competitions because it's more focused on speed, and I'm not full speed stable, I would say, because usually you have to go full speed whatever happens and just push the accelerator always, and that's not what I really like. I don't want to bring me into danger.
Yeah.
And those also don't want to do the X-Alps because you're always on the limit.
Okay.
With cross country, it's mainly about checking the weather forecast, finding the right spot to take off, knowing the knowledge about the airspaces, how to get it around and organize this kind of stuff, and then flying the whole day.
Yeah.
That's more what I like about paragliding.
Okay. And you're one of your strong points, very clearly, you've got a passion for designing, for innovation and design.
Yeah.
Where did that interest start?
It's always started when I was young. My father was buying a computer, and I was playing computer games for 1 year, and I get so bored about it, so I just started programming. And so I was also 5 to 10 years I was just doing programming.
Yeah.
Starting when I was young, during school I was already quite good in programming, and so this all was coming from the early stages already.
Okay. And Skywalk, was there companies before then that you got involved with?
Yeah, I was paragliding before, and then the people asked me, I also want to fly that far, and I tried to explain them what they should do, but they was just telling, no, I want to buy your gear. You're thinking it's just the gear, but it's not the case, So I started selling then paragliders from the small German brand that I was flying for, and then it soon took off and it was growing, so my company, and I stopped then studying physics and was focusing full on this. And then a friend of me who I started paragliding with, they started also in marine industry with the spinnaker sail.
Yes.
And we met at this boat show because we started fly surf with the kite surfing kites, and then we joined together our companies, and then we built Skywalk, and we also started then with the paragliders because we all came from paragliding.
Yeah. And I see you obviously kite as well.
Yes.
So you cross over. Where's your big passion, paragliding, or have you got a big passion for kiting as well?
I think passion is a bit more about paragliding, but I was just the vice German champion in paragliding, but I was German champion in kite surfing and canoeing.
Wow.
So my success was more with other sports, but I think I'm a better paragliding pilot than I'm a kite surfing pilot or a canoe, whitewater canoe pilot.
Yeah. And I mean, what does it take to become a successful designer? Is it just like you've always had that interest? Does it just need an innate interest, or can you learn?
Yes, it's both. I think it's first of all you need to be interested in and have passion for it. For sure it helps if you have some backgrounds. My father was also engineer, so we will get a bit of background. I was studying physics because I just love physics and how the world is running like it's running. So, and that's how I started. And as soon as I started with the paragliders, I directly start to modify it. The harness is not fitting properly, and you just starting modify it. And with the knowledge you have already, and you learn from university, and forever you learned it, you just want to do more.
Yeah. I want to touch also on your electric motor.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Beautiful to see. So quiet. The big complaint we always hear here is, it's noisy.
Yes,
this is so quiet, so light. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's also a project that we've since a longer time already, and the prototype I have here now in South Africa, it's about 10 years old, still works excellent, but it was too expensive, more than 10,000 euros, including harness, so we had to postpone it, and now we're working on a new Ewok, and I was flying it 3 weeks ago, and it's more compact, it's less weight, and more easy to take off if there's no wind, so there's a lot of new development getting in. But we don't have a final release date, so I think it still takes maybe 2 years, so we're still pushing for it, but we don't announce anything, because if we can't deliver, we don't want to speak too much about it.
I'm curious to know what your feeling is regarding the future, where there's so many now different wings coming out. For example, the X-Ops, there's so many gliders that are being specifically made now. Kriegel's leading a push to get lighter, smaller and lighter wings. Skywalk have got some. I flew your new mountain wing recently. It's just a phenomenal glider, and these things are getting beautiful and smaller and lighter. Where's it going to end? Where's it going to go?
I think it's good that if you look with paragliding, how much we've grown already, how much the performance has increased. It's 2-3 times more than in the beginning. The package before we had to carry 20 kilograms, and now the lightest paraglider starts with 1 kilogram and harness is below 1 kilogram. So it's really amazing, and it goes on. But to be honestly, I personally think the future will be more the system, the Skycarver we called it before, that we are developing. I think that's more part of, or it will at least be a big part of the future from my point of view.
Okay.
Maybe also the Ewok, because in Germany you can't take off from somewhere if you live in Hamburg or something. And now you've got an option, you just can walk out, go into a grass field and take off. I think also it's makes paragliding more popular and more possibilities they can do it if you don't live directly like here, directly at night, nice ridges.
Yeah, and again, the Ewok is opening it up to a whole new range of people.
Yeah, and also different competitions can come up, and and it's lovely. It gives you freedom.
And a foot launch, just out of interest, I've only seen the Ewok launching off a takeoff site. Is it a comfortable foot launch?
Yes,
on a flat
it's comfortable foot launch. If there's no wind, you should know that your wing is above your head, like always. But if you're able to handle this and if you feel it, then it's great. And if you have a little bit of wind on the flats, it's absolutely perfectly easy.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. You should try one.
I'd love to. I mean, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
and
you,
just very lastly, welcome to Wilderness. You've got a house.
Thank you. I'm really, really happy about it that I had the chance to buy something here, and so much friendly people here. We always have been for holidays here, and I think it's the best place on earth for just relax, have good food, enjoy life, have nice people, and do paragliding almost every day, even in winter time now. Yeah. It was up to 30 degrees in winter time. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited because I'm hopefully going to have a close access to some new Skywalk toys.
Yeah. We'll bring something down and you can fly them. Yeah.
Thank you.